powder. I've been trying to get her to take it. She's like, well, I don't know. I said, no, you're going to take it.
So you did all this stuff, and it got some of the weight down, but not the rest of the way. Well, I mean, for me, it's all a synergy, but I wish I'd have taken it years ago when they were henpecking me to take it.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally 12 pounds melted off in about a week. I'd say a week, 7 days. And I've been able to keep it off, too. I measured myself last night, actually. I'm like, well, let's see what I'm at. 202.
How often do you take the oxy powder now?
I haven't taken it since that 1 week time, but I'm going to take it probably after Thanksgiving. I think that's so. I think every 3 months I'm just going to do.
So how many pills made you lose 12 pounds?
Well, so you did 7 for 6 days,
and 5,
and then 5 the first day. So 7 times 5 is 35, plus 5 about 40 pills. So it's not even a quarter of the bottle, really. Well, how many pills are?
It's 120.
Yeah. So literally, like one bottle. If I don't take it every day. I did it for that. I did it intensely, and you really have to stick to it. And by the 3rd or 4th day, you're like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. If you just get through it, it's not really that. It's not bad at all, considering the weight I lost. I mean, I could never lose the weight doing any other way, that quickly.
Well, this is the final thing Hollywood stars do to lose that final amount of weight.
Yeah, if you got a wedding or something coming up, I'd say.
And groups in here in the office like months ago going, look, see this star? She did it. And look at this. Alex, I'm telling you, it's the best thing I got. You need to sell it.
It definitely works. And, I'm also doing the X2 and a little DNA Force. But, I mean, the main thing that I saw, the biggest, fastest improvement was oxy powder. And I'm totally amazed with it. And after Thanksgiving, I'm going to do another round.
And the great part is, we can go out, research, bring people the most cutting-edge products, and then fund the operation with it. It's a win-win-win, and then all we get's rave reviews. We never get negative reviews. We don't screen the calls. It's joke-level good that we can just bring people the very best stuff at very affordable prices, fund our operation, and then they love us. And then they help us, we help them, and everybody's lovey-dove.
At a good price, too. What would you pay to lose 12 pounds in a week? Well, how much would you pay for that? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Yeah, see, that's what I do. I do it for a couple of days, then go, and I lose a couple pounds.
You got to just keep playing.
I know, I got to do it.
You got to do it. You got to get that full 6 days in and really just go through the system. It says it on the back, where to start. Now,
Oxy powder, InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And 2015 can be different. Diet and exercise are important, but a lot of us have already tried that. Oxy powder flushes it out. Secure your Oxy powder at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139.
All right, and Alex is going to be back tomorrow. As I said, he's going to have a new special that you've never seen before. And Alex will be back tomorrow to explain what that is. I want to take your calls at 800-259-9231. We've been talking about the whitewashed CIA torture report that came out of the Senate Oversight Committee. And, of course, you're not going to see any oversight of the CIA, not even a pretense of oversight, once Richard Burr takes the place of Dianne Feinstein, because he said he doesn't think anything that they do should be told to the public. They're going to be allowed to govern in complete secrecy. And when I say govern, that's exactly what I mean. We have an organization, just like the Federal Reserve, where the head is appointed by the visible facade government that we see, but they are allowed to do whatever they want to without any auditing, in secret, and there's never any accountability, no matter what they do. Now, before we go to your calls, and just this last little bit here, today, and it may have already passed, I don't know, they've been working on the Continuing Resolution Omnibus Bill, which is going to fund the government through next year, through September of 2015. It's not just a continuing resolution, because that would just be for a couple of months. No, this is a big omnibus bill. This is $1 trillion. They want to avoid a shutdown, so it has to be passed today. But when did they give that to Congress? When did they give that to the public? Well, the GOP did the same thing Pelosi has been doing in the past, the same thing they criticized Pelosi for, the same thing they pledged they would not do in 2010, and that is dump thousands of pages on the American public with all kinds of stuff buried in it with just a few hours to look to see what's in it. Pelosi famously said, we'll have to pass it to see what's in it, when she was talking about Obamacare. They've done this now 2 weeks in a row. It was last week, as I pointed out earlier in the show, at 10:30 p.m. on a Tuesday, they dumped the NDAA, which funds the military. And of course, the military is a legitimate function of the federal government. It's about the only thing they do that is legitimate under the Constitution, but not to the extent that they're doing it. Not to the extent that we have multiple foreign wars going on, not to the extent that we are doing drone assassinations abroad and torture and on and on. But it's a massive thing. So it has to be funded because that's what our government has become all about. A $500 billion bill, and buried in that were things like a 650,000 acre land grab. Part of that is going to be used for a copper company, taking some land that used to be in the possession of Indians. They're going to now take that and they're going to turn that over to a copper company. And of course, John McCain is going to preside over that because that's his little fiefdom. Just like you have Harry Reid in Nevada, he's going to preside over the taking of public lands for the use of giant multinational corporations. Well, John McCain is doing the same thing in Arizona. That's what this copper mine is about. We're going to talk about the details that are buried, some of the ones that have already surfaced in the bill this week. So last week it was a $500 billion bill. They had a couple hours to take a look at, thousands of pages. This week they do it again with a $1 trillion bill. Several thousand pages, a couple hours to take a look at it. We're going to talk about some of the things that are buried in that. You won't believe what they're going to do. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Hey, Boomer! I learned in school today that 60% of our bodies are made of water. Good thing we have the Berkey system. It's the cleanest, best water ever. Mom says it's because the Berkey's filtration system cleans out the bad stuff and leaves only pure, delicious water. I know, right? You love it too. Yeah, I'm thirsty too. Let's go get some. Get Berkey clean water by calling 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Or visit GoBerkey.com.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Yes, family and friends are gathering to give gifts and wish health and security. But why not enhance cell phone and wireless device security all year with Block It Pocket? A family-owned American business, we now have 2 spectacular holiday specials. Find them now at our new website, blockitpocket.com, or call 888-315-9618. Hurry, holiday special ends Christmas Day. Give the gift of security from blockitpocket.com, wishing you health, freedom, and liberty.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more urges to urinate, longer bathroom trips, waking at night to urinate, or issues with sex. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to listeners of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-852-1820. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to urinate, improve bladder emptying, reduce waking at night to urinate, and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait. Just call 1-800-852-1820. That's 1-800-852-1820. Call 1-800-852-1820.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, your host today. We're going to be going to your calls in just a little bit. But I wanted to talk a little about what's being buried in this bill. And, of course, Breitbart just came up with an article saying Boehner Ally admits that the omnibus bill was crafted literally in a cigar smoke-filled back room. We have Joe Klein talking about how he's had the, quote, opportunity to talk about this particular pension problem over a cigar at the end of the day on more than one occasion with a Democrat. So there we go. Now, what is buried in some of this? Let's go over some of the really bad stuff. He talked about the pension plan. They're also going to bring in derivative insurance through the FDIC. That's the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. That's the organization that insures your bank deposits. And of course, we were told after the pump and dump mortgage scam, after the TARP bailout, we were told that that wasn't going to happen again because we had Dodd-Frank that was going to keep the banks from essentially socializing their losses while they privatized their profits. Now the GOP House has snuck it back in. They're going to have new derivatives, which are much, much larger, orders of magnitude larger than the mortgage derivatives that they've been concocting out there. Wall Street has been doing this. Now they're going to have those derivatives insured by the FDIC. Of course, they also got a lot of press because they overrode the D.C. referendum on marijuana legalization. I guess Washington, D.C. stands for direct control. They're not going to respond to the overwhelming number of people who wanted to stop this war on drugs, at least on marijuana. No, that's not going to happen. But even more importantly, the GOP, who was elected, saying that they were going to oppose Obamacare, they were going to defund it, they were going to stop it, they were going to do something about this illegal dictation, I guess we should call it, because it's not really an executive order. He didn't even bother to sign it. He didn't write it out. He didn't file it. He just decrees it like a royal majesty. I guess he's now literally a dictator. They were going to do something about Obama's executive dictate on amnesty. No, they're funding that. They're also going to fund Obamacare. The only thing they're taking out is $10 million for death panels. I guess we should be grateful for that amount of little bit of movement. They also gave themselves a lot of kind of a gift to themselves because, you know, Christmas is coming up and, you know, they're wondering what they're going to give their fellow member of Congress. Well, they decided that the $32,000 limits on the RNC and the DNC, the Republican National Committees and Democrat National Committees, they're going to raise those limits to $324,000, a factor of 10. Because that's the way you get things done in Washington. And, of course, you want to see, I guess we'll go to our $2 billion election. We got up to the $1 billion election pretty quickly. Now we're going to accelerate because when they increase the amount of money that can be given to the politicians who are running for office, that's going to be a leverage for the people who are buying them because it's a great investment to buy a congressman. You get a huge return on investment when you buy a congressman. But although they're going to be funding their campaigns, they're going to be allowing, and this is what he was talking about. We talked about this pension plan thing a lot. This is where they're really going to come after you. And I think this speaks volumes about the decline of America. They're going to allow pension plans to be changed for the first time. Understand that pension plans have always been sacrosanct. You can't touch them in a bankruptcy. You can't mess with them if you're a corporation, but they're going to allow the contributions to pension plans that are required by these corporations, they're going to allow them to change those terms. They're going to give them legal coverage to do that. So while they get their campaign contributions, you can kind of forget about your pension contributions. I think that really underscores the corruption of Congress. And let me tell you this, if you think they're going to do that with private pensions, what do you think they're going to do with Social Security? They're going to touch that as well. But they're going to come after your private pensions. They're going to give the green light to that for their corporate buddies. We'll be right back with your calls. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with super male or super female vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.